questions. We're taking the quest. Join Tarcia on this journey to discover the rest. Go.
Welcome to the Adoption Journey Podcast. I am your host, Tarcia Smith, and welcome back to another journey. And what a journey it has been so far. I want to thank you. This is the first podcast that I have recorded since coming back from Chicago. We had the second Black Adoptees Meetup in Chicago on October 3rd through the 4th. And I want to talk to Garrett, who did attend for the first time this year.
I did.
About his experience. Because, y'all, let me tell you, April 2024 was the very first time that Garrett told his story on this show. And if you want that tea, all right? If you want that tea, that was episode 49. You got to go back. So we're not even going to give you that tea, but we're going to give you a part 2 because there's updates to that story. But before we jump into that, Garrett, talk about your experience in Chicago.
First of all, let me just say kudos and hats off to you and the team for creating that space. A safe haven, a place where it was as if it was 1,000 strangers that kind of knew each other. How can I word it? It was like we were strangers, but we knew each other at the same time. I guess our stories just kind of brought us together.
Yeah.
So, and to be honest, it was a nervous excitement. It was almost like being on a roller coaster, on at the very top of a roller coaster, and you know something's getting ready to happen, and you know it's going to be fun, but you also know you don't really know what to really expect until you take the plunge. And so meeting at the Navy Pier was the plunge. And so for me to get there and walk in by myself and see everybody dressed in red, black, and white, I'm like, okay, everybody's here. Everybody understood the assignment as it relates to the dress code. That's the first thing. So we got that under control. Then it was on and popping. Time we sat down, got our bags, got our T-shirts, went through the games, created conversation. It was absolutely what I needed. And I didn't know that I needed it until I got there.
Oh, you're not.
So, I mean, hats off to you all just to even make that space available for somebody like me who always feel like I was by myself as it relates to an adult Black male that has been adopted who survived the adoption.
You are definitely not alone. And there were other Black males that you met and have now bonded with. Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So I think the plunge also was the fact that you even got on a plane and went.
Oh, yeah.
That all by itself.
And it was so many layers. The fact that it started on my birthday.
Yes, it did.
On October 3rd. Yeah. First time in Chicago, which was on my bucket list of places in America to go to. Right. So I was like, bam, bam, bam. Adopted, so it was multi-layers for me. So I was just full. I was full. By the time I got on the plane to go back on Monday, I was like, this is probably one of the best trips I've ever taken.
Oh.
So thank you again for doing that. You all did a yeoman's job.
Thank you. Thank you. And
phenomenal job.
Big shout out to Kathy, because there would have been no Chicago had there not been a Kathy. So big shout out.
Yes, thank you, Kathy.
Big shout out.
Yes.
October 2nd through the 4th, we are doing it again. It'll be the 3rd annual Black Adoptees Meetup in Philly. In Philly. Philly, we are coming. Philly.
Yes, I'm excited.
So, yeah, that's where we're headed.
It's going to be good.
So.
And I'll be there.
Oh, yay!
I'm coming. Let's go.
Let's go. And all the other Black adoptees, let's go. Meet us in Philly.
Yeah, let's expand it.
So, save the date. And more info, just watch our page. Check out the website, blackadopteesmeetup.org. Just stay tuned because more is coming.
Yeah. Yes.
So let's dive into your story. So he is a same race adoptee who found out he was adopted as a kid. But if you want that story, like I said, that was episode 49. So go back. So since we talked, what has happened?
Since we've talked, back in April of 2024.
Can you believe April 2020?
I can't believe it's been that
It's
long.
been that long.
Golly. Wow. Since we've talked, I went a little bit deeper, and I decided to go ahead and do the Ancestry.com bit. And what's so crazy was when I did it, I ordered the packet, the box came through, and it was so hard, Tarcia, because I could not, it was not easy for me to go ahead and open that box up and split the seal and send it off. As a matter of fact, I probably kept the box for maybe a month or so, maybe 2 months.
Why?
Because I had a feeling. My gut told me, as soon as you send this off, the Pandora's box is going to open, and you're going to find out everything you need to know. I knew it.
Okay.
Everything in my gut told me, are you ready for this? Because when you do this, it's getting ready to happen. And boy, did it happen.
So when you did that, did you have a support system around you? Did anybody know you were doing it? I knew you had purchased it, and you did tell me when you finally did it, but leading up to that, did you have a support system around you, or were you by yourself?
I did. I had a support system. And you happen to have, you had the privilege of meeting two of my buddies who actually came with me on the trip.
Yes.
Pastor Daniel and my best friend Rodney, who came on the trip with me, who helped make that possible. They were pretty much my strong support system, along with a couple of other people who, and Pastor Daniel, he was like, "You got to do it, but you got to do it when you're ready to do it." It was like a gentle nudge.
Yeah.
It was a gentle nudge. It was like, "All right, come on, if you're gonna do this, let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go ahead." But I feel you. So we got through it, did it, and so when I got the email back on the app and all that, I was like, okay, let's go into it.
Okay.
And cutting across the field, I found two people.
Were they at the top of your? Okay, let me explain this for anybody that's not done an ancestry test, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what it looks like, you get this list. First, it breaks down your ethnicity and where you're from and all that. But then it breaks down this list of people that you are connected to, with your closest connection being at the very top. For some people, that might be a distant relative. I've talked to some people, and it's actually a parent. So it could, go either way. So what was that top connection for you?
The top connection, well, it was a male and a female.
Okay.
And so I probably should have went with the female connector first, but I didn't. I said, okay, well, I'm a man. Let me go ahead and reach out to another man, and maybe we can kind of commune together, man to man, to kind of figure out who is who, and kind of, go through that. No, that didn't work out at all. Reached out to that gentleman. He had information, but he was not forthcoming at all. He was, as a matter of fact, he stopped responding back, and I felt like I was being a nuisance, so I just kind of left it alone. So I went to the next person.
Okay.
Go ahead. You want to come in? You want to stop me?
I was just going to say, how do you know he had information?
I'm going to tell you how I found out.
Or did you? Oh, that comes out later that he has.
That comes out later.
Okay, we'll get there then. Go ahead.
So I found out that he had information because there was a young lady who was on the top of my list.
Mm-hmm.
And when I reached out to her, we were conversing back and forth. Come to find out, she said, "Well, did you talk to this young man?" No,
don't do that. Yeah.
Did you talk to the young man? I was like, "Yeah, I reached out, but they didn't want to give me information." Well, he gave her the information that he knew, and then when she started asking questions, then it started really unraveling. Long story short, the young lady was my sister.
Did you know that was your sister?
I did not know that was my sister at first.
Okay.
we through conversation we kept typing and talking, typing and chatting.
So wait, I have a
And
question. So it
yes,
shows you how
yes.
much DNA you share, which
Mm-hmm.
if that's a sibling was probably somewhere in the 20s.
Very high, yes.
But even with that, you didn't realize it was.
I didn't, because you got to understand, I didn't really know how, like, you know how ancestry
Yeah,
works more than I do.
got it.
So I had to learn what the numbers meant.
Ah, okay, got it. Gotcha.
So at that point, I didn't know that she was my sister. At that point,
Okay.
I didn't know it
Okay.
until she started giving out some names, and I guess she had a name, and so I said, "Well, did you try to find them on like another social media platform?" And it was like, "No, I didn't." So I did. I was like, "Well, give me the
No, that's right.
I don't have time for this. I need to find out." So I go and type. I'll do my due diligence, and I become Inspector Gadget, and I'm starting to figure out, piecing things together. I reach out to the other young lady whose name she had, and that's when she called me. She said, let's talk. So I call her. We talk on the phone, and so she is the missing link. She has all of the story.
All the tea.
All of the, brimming. It was brimming. So I'm like, okay, cool. So get on the phone with her. We're talking, and as we're talking, she starts crying because she thinks that there's only. She knows that she wasn't she wasn't raised by our biological mother,
Okay.
but she was raised by the biological mother's mother and father. So her grandmama and
Grandparents.
granddaddy
Okay.
raised her.
Okay.
But she knew, and she knew that she had a sister. But the sister that she thought it was not the one who I talked to
Oh, it's a whole nother person.
Ancestry.com.
So there's another sister out there.
It's another sister.
Okay, wait. Did they know you existed, or were you a?
Did not know that I existed. The grandpa got into an argument with the sister that I talked to, which you'll later find out is the oldest of the sisters.
Okay.
He gets into an argument. He, in the heat of the moment, says, "Well, you thought that you was the only one. No, you thought that you was the oldest. Let me make sure I say that right. She thought that she was the oldest child." He said, "No, you got a brother around here somewhere."
Sound just like the granddaddy. Brother around here somewhere.
You got a brother around here somewhere. So she sat with that for a period of time.
So was this before?
Not knowing.
But this is once. Oh, okay. Wait. This is before you showed up, or after you showed up, and they got into this argument.
This is before. This is before.
Way before. Okay.
Way before. So when I got on the phone with her, the reason why she started crying is because she was like, okay, my granddaddy said it was another guy. It was a boy, but I wasn't really sure. I thought he was just being mean.
Okay.
But it is.
Because here you.
I do have a brother. And so when we started putting the numbers together, and the age of my biological mother, or bio mom, as y'all said, I think that is the. Can I just?
You say whatever.
The weirdest
say what
name to me to say.
Say whatever is
I'm not knocking
comfortable for
nobody
you.
else. So my biological mother.
Okay.
She. Let me stop. Let me calm myself down. So the biological mother, I guess, had I'm not sure if she told her. Well, clearly she didn't tell her about me. But the granddad knew.
Sure.
So the granddad told the oldest sister that there was another child.
Okay.
So of course she got very upset, very angry, because she was like, "Why would you say something like that?" And so she sat with that for, I guess, a number of years, not knowing that it was very true. Once I reached out to her on another social media platform.
Okay.
And so when we talked, she kept saying, "Well, let's go, but let's add this up." So we started.
Okay, wait,
comparing.
hold on. Let me add it up for you, for myself. So
Yes,
you
I'm
take
sorry.
the test. You end up talking to a sister. Is the sister that you're talking about right now? Is this the sister that you connected with on Ancestry?
No,
Okay, this is another sister who had not taken a test, but the sister that you connected with on Ancestry led you to this sister.
yes,
Okay.
because because the male that I never talked to gave out the names to the sister who I met on Ancestry. That's how I got the name
Okay. Ah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
from who was a cousin in this whole equation
Okay.
that we later
He
found out.
said, "I'm not gonna get up in this."
Right, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna let y'all find
Let
this.
y'all
I'm gonna
figure
give you
that
just
out.
enough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think he did that on purpose.
I get it. I get it.
I get
I
it.
get it.
I get it to a degree, I guess. So
Yeah.
that's how we got the name. That's how I was able to pull the name based on the
Oh.
information that he gave to her.
Okay.
And so she never went any further, but I did.
Of course, because that's what we do.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I
We
gotta
here
research
now.
this.
We give.
We're here now.
I need all of it.
I need all of it. So that's how we found out everything. So by the time fast forward, so we're on the phone conversing back and forth, talking, and she begins to tell me some stories. And she was like, well, she kept saying, well, mama was such, this age, and then they said the boy had to be around this age. So are you 40 something? I was like, yeah. So when we did the math, it just added all up.
Mm-hmm.
It made sense. It added up, and so I was told that my biological mother was 15 when she had me.
Okay.
That was not true.
Oh. Oh.
She was 13,
Oh. Okay.
and so, but she waited 10 years to have another child,
Okay.
and then another child,
And then there's 2 girls.
and then another child,
and then there's 3 girls.
then there's 3 girls.
Okay.
So I'm the oldest. It's 4 of us.
Okay. And you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest of this particular
Of
sibling set.
of this sibling set, right? So
Of this sibling
did
set.
you, of the 3 girls, did she keep all of them?
All of them were put up for adoption. The only one that she had a connection with was the oldest girl who I talked to on the phone.
Okay.
The grandmother and grandfather
Raised.
raised.
Okay, you
them,
did say so. That was like
raised
a
her.
kinship adoption.
Yes.
Okay, but the other 2 were placed.
The other 2 were placed. But this is the thing. The middle girl, she knows who her dad is. Her dad's parents raised her. So another kinship adoption.
Okay.
But from the dad's mom and dad raised her.
Got it. So
Got it.
another set of grandparents. The
Another
other
set of
set
grandparents.
raised her. And then
Yes.
the youngest one.
The youngest one was adopted by a white family,
Oh.
and they moved from where we were born at in Cocoa up to Colorado.
Oh.
But the funny thing is, we were both at the same adoption, I guess, the Children's Home Society, the same place,
Okay.
but years later.
Years between you. Wow. And
And so you
no, you go ahead.
So you have me, you have a 43-year-old, 30-year-old, 26-year-old, 24-year-old.
Okay. So may I ask, why did your mother not raise any of you? Well, I know why she was a kid herself when she had you. But do you know why she didn't keep or wasn't able to raise? Let's say that.
I'm going to venture to say it was the drug. She was on drugs.
Mm. Okay.
I'm only, and because I have not, I need to I need to talk to my biological grandfather to get more details, but that hasn't happened yet for whatever reason. They won't. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Okay.
However, I believe it was the drugs, and the reason why I say that is because after, and at this point, let me just say this: we've all met. All four of us have met.
Okay. In person
We've all met
or online or
on FaceTime.
okay. Okay.
So we used to and we would FaceTime. I need to reach out to them. We would FaceTime just about like every week on like a Sunday,
Okay.
just to kind of get to know one another or
Yeah.
whatever. So after talking to them and getting to know them and hearing more about their stories and their individual lives, and the reason this is why I say it had to be the drugs is because all of them were born with drugs in their system.
Mm. Okay.
So I was the only one that was not.
Okay.
All of the other three were. And that was revealed just through conversation.
Mm.
Oh, did you have to stay in the hospital for a long time when you was a baby? Yeah. Girl, I did too. Well, girl, I did too. Because of drugs being in their system.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
So,
Whew. Okay. Hold on. So we got these three sisters. You're conversing with them. But you said something, I don't know if you want to address it or not, but you said that you have not gotten a chance to talk to your grandfather. Because at this point, you've known them for, it's been maybe almost a year, if not a whole year.
Yeah, almost a year.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I assume we're all in the same state.
No.
We're
not in the same state. I only have one sibling that's in the state, lives in Lakeland.
Okay. And what about the grandparents?
The grandfather still lives in Cocoa.
Okay. So what's happening there? Have you talked to him on the phone? Have you had any contact with him?
I haven't had any contact with him. Because once we had the conversation once I had the conversation with the older sister, she went back and told them. And I guess that they didn't want to deal with that. So it was I'm not sure why. Well, maybe I do probably know why.
Help me.
Well, I haven't. If you notice, I haven't really gotten to the mother yet. I'm going to my
okay. Maybe we need to go there before we
haven't gotten.
Okay.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. All right. So let me let you keep going because maybe I'll get my question answered. Got it.
Okay. So back to the siblings. So the siblings, this is how it is. I live here, Orlando. I have one sibling that lives in Lakeland. That's the middle girl. The oldest girl lives in South Carolina.
Okay.
And the youngest of the bunch lives in DC.
Okay.
The one who was adopted by the white family up in Colorado.
Okay.
She's in DC. So we're all kind of scattered abroad.
Okay.
Just kind of give you some insight on that. My biological mother, I found out. But now let me go back. So I'm talking to older sister. So she has all the history. She's giving me all the information, what's going on. As I have uncles. My biological mother has brothers. That are still living, that are in the area.
Okay.
Have
you met any of the extended? No. Okay. Keep talking. Keep talking.
And so there was bad blood between the grandfather and my the oldest sister sibling. So that's
between the grandfather and your oldest sibling.
I'm the oldest.
I'm sorry, the one right
the
underneath
oldest
you,
girl.
the oldest
The
girl.
one right
Okay,
the one right
yeah,
underneath me.
okay.
So they're not really gelling. So they haven't really talked after all of that information, after all that went down or whatever. So I'm not sure what that information is, why they beefing. I'm not sure. I didn't even ask. But I'm sure me coming into the picture has something to do with it. I'm almost positive.
That's so interesting for me because I've experienced, I too have found everybody at this point. And it's interesting how when sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when you show up as the adoptee, as the person who was just the product of whatever happened, sometimes people cannot handle it.
They can't handle it.
And you're innocent. You're
right.
just a product of whatever happened.
But we're the dirty little secret.
Literally. A lot of times. We're the secret or the rumor. I was both. I was a secret on one side and I was a rumor on the other side.
On the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And see, and I don't know, and that's why it might be a part 3 of this because I got to find out what really went down. Because from what I understand from my older sibling, that once my biological mother got pregnant, they removed her from the city, and she lived out her pregnancy in another town.
Oh, that's some old school stuff. We gonna hide you. Yeah. We gonna hide you.
We're gonna hide you, have that baby,
and come on back.
Once you have that baby, we're gonna bring you back and get you back in school.
Yep.
As if it never happened
again. Yep. Yeah.
So that's what happened with me.
Wow.
So
they shipped her off.
They shipped her off. She had the baby. She came, and she was with my biological grandfather's, his people. Is where she lived out her pregnancy until she had me. Then they brought her back with me, and then they gave me up for adoption.
Wait. So she went with an uncle, or you just know it was his people?
It was his people. From what I understand, she told me that she was pretty accurate on this. She said, well, what they did was she went with our biological grandfather's father. So our great grandfather.
So her grandparents. Okay.
Right.
So her grandparents. And then they shipped her back. And then her grandparents put you up for adoption.
Wow. So that was a lot to take in. I'm like, okay, this is a lot going on. It's a lot going on. And she went to it's a whole lot of drama with the family going on. I didn't care nothing about all that because I don't know. That y'all can have all that. I don't need none of that.
Yeah, none of it.
I just need to know my roots. I need to know what my mama is, who she was, what was she like. I have questions.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because none of those questions got answered, even though I found out who my biological mother was. But Tarcia, I found out too late. And the reason why I said it was too late is because when my oldest sister sent me, I said, well, send me a picture so I can see how she looked. And it's almost scary because she's clearly a lighter skinned version of me.
Wow.
Cheekbones, no, all of it. And so I didn't know, well, she didn't tell me this until we got further in the conversation. I said, well, let me know when I can meet her, or do a warm transfer, as they said.
Warm transfer. Yeah. Warm transfer.
Don't just do a cold
call. Don't just.
Do a warm transfer.
I love it.
And let her know that I found them and I want to have a conversation. So she paused and I was like, okay, what's going on? So she was like, well, the picture I sent you was the picture of that's her obituary picture. So she cropped out
All the other parts.
all the other stuff. So I said, no, send me the full picture so I can see the full picture. And when she sent me the full picture, I said, dang. It crushed me.
Yeah.
I said, I didn't even get a chance to even ask a question. So then, because I couldn't ask her no questions, I started asking the sibling question. I said, so how did she die?
Right.
Was she sick?
How many years prior before you showed up?
I just missed
Oh
her.
my God.
2023, she passed away.
And this was in 2024.
2024. And so even when she told me, she had, you could hear the hurt in her in her tone of her voice. You could hear it. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding. I said, I went this far, took this plunge, only to find out that I still will never get a chance to have a conversation with the woman who gave me life.
Can you talk about that for a minute? How you feeling?
Yeah, I will. I was so upset. I was like, I should have just saved my money and not even did this.
Oh, you had regrets.
Yeah, I had some regrets. I had some major regrets. I'm like, dang. Go ahead.
Did you do this not ever considering that you might find siblings? Or were you just laser focused on, I gotta find my birth mom?
No, I was excited because you got to realize I'm an only child.
That's right.
So a part of me was excited about, I'm probably gonna have sisters and brothers, and I get a chance to meet my biological mother, and I got, do they look like me? Do I look like them? Do we have the same personality type? Or do we have the same interests?
Yeah.
And so yes, the sibling is great. I don't regret any of that. But my main focal point was my biological mother.
Sure.
And so when I found out how she passed away, I was like, you know what? As if it couldn't get any worse. So I found out that she passes away from a drug overdose. Fentanyl. I said, are you kidding me? What else? Jesus. And what's so sad is she died in her mother's house. And less than a year later, I know I'm giving you a whole lot at one time.
It's okay.
When the oldest sister, she just laid it on me thick.
Yeah.
And me and her, I can see we kind of act alike. She's a straight shooter. No chaser. And so she was like, yeah, so grandma passed away about a year later to the date. And they feel like it was probably because of a broken heart.
Sure.
And her daughter passing away in the house. So that was tough to digest. And I was kind of upset with God a little bit, because I was like, I'm like, you could have. Now you give me insight on a lot of stuff. You couldn't have said, don't worry about it. You couldn't give me that little nudge. I was a little salty with him. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But it put me in a headspace for a minute. For a minute, I was like very disappointed, and I was let down big time. And my thing is, I wasn't even like I was going into it. Once I found out that I knew who she was gonna be, once they told me her name, once they told me where she was, I was like, okay, I'm getting ready to drive up and have a conversation. I don't even want to know why. I don't even care nothing about that because clearly you a 13-year-old. So
Yeah.
how much
Yeah.
how much power did you have at 13?
None.
None.
None. None. Yeah. Mm-hmm. None.
So I'm like,
So,
but I wanted to physically see. I wanted to physically see her.
so now it's starting to make a little more sense about your grandfather because he loses a daughter. He loses. Were they still married? The grandparents?
Yeah.
Okay, so he loses a
They're
wife,
still married.
and then here you come. Yeah, he's
So
like,
it's gonna open. It's opening up
it's
a whole
opening up
nother
a whole
world.
nother, right? He's like, yeah,
Right.
nah. And he's
And so
old school, so he's really like,
right. So
nah.
I'm trying to see it from his vantage point as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be sensitive to that, you know. And I was sensitive to that. I get it. I really get it. And so if it means that I'm supposed to meet my siblings and just create a level of relationship with them, I'm good with that now. I'm good with that.
So what has that what have those relationships been like?
I've been kind of I've been kind of distant. If I can be really honest, we haven't talked in a minute, and I think it's me. And I think what it is, I feel like I am because I am the oldest. They're treating me as if I'm the oldest.
How so?
Because they're like, look, when they do text or when they do, hey, what's up, big bro? How you doing? You know,
Okay.
what you think about this? What you think about this? And I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm just meeting y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
You're not accustomed to any of that because you're an only child.
I'm an only child.
And they, I assume, grew up with siblings that, wherever they were. And so to just pull you into the fold, oh, this is our big brother. And you're a guy. So as a female, I get that. I get it.
And I'm retreating back. I'm like,
it's too much.
Give me a minute.
Did you tell them that, or did you just retreat back?
I have not, and I probably need to express that to them. But I don't want them to feel like I'm being rude or dismissive or that I don't care. It's just different from me.
Yeah.
It's different for me, and it's kind of overwhelming. But I do like them a lot, though. I enjoy the conversation that we do have. They solid. But you can tell that they've all been abandoned or been adopted. You can tell that family unit has been altered.
How? Why do you say that? How can you tell?
By just how clingy they can be so soon.
Yeah. That's a ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Because that's how I am with my friend groups. I am all in, especially being an only child who is adopted. I am all the way in times 10 with my friends. They are my family.
Do they know that? Have they ever talked about this whole adoption thing? Or are they just, do they recognize some of that behavior comes from that?
No. And I think after having this conversation with you, I'm going to have to go back and have a conversation with them. Like, they don't even know that I'm even doing, they don't even know anything about the first podcast or the second podcast.
Okay. Well, I encourage you, when you are ready and at your own timing and pace, of course, to have those open conversations, especially with that oldest one who you say is a sharpshooter and just, you can talk. I encourage you, because having the conversation doesn't mean like you're going to be like, okay, now we're going to be besties. It's just like, let's just have this conversation and put it out there so we all can understand what this is. And
Right.
so that they know, look, it's nothing against you all. I got to figure some stuff out because this is a lot, and it hasn't even been a year. Quite.
Right. Right. So that part is a lot. But let me say this though. I am not close to having a full-on relationship with my siblings.
Okay.
I think it's just got to be paced out right for me.
Sure.
And the thing is, and we're all friends on social media, so they see everything that I do. They like, they comment, especially my cake business. They always say, "Oh, that looks good. I want bring me a slice of that when we meet up." They'll say stuff like that, which I like. That's fine with me. But I'm like, okay, let me organically forge something, because this is all new. It's new news.
This is very new.
It's very new.
And new for you even being in the adoption space, because that was just April 2024, the first time we talked.
Right.
And then now you're building a relationship. So happen your siblings also have all been in some shape or form adopted, but they're not
Right.
in the adoption space. So they don't, some of the stuff that you've learned and, are dealing with or whatever, they've not done any of it. And they're a lot younger too, especially that youngest
Yes, they
one,
are.
especially that baby girl. So.
But you know what, surprisingly enough, she seems to be a lot more level-headed for her to be the young. And I wonder if it's how she was raised.
Okay.
But she acts just as old as I do.
I'm
like, wait a minute, you wise beyond your years. And she seems to be very wise beyond her years.
Okay. I would love to talk to her, especially being that she was adopted by a white family, but we'll see.
Okay, and
To talk to her.
But her thing was that's what prompted her to go to Ancestry, because she didn't have the Black experience.
Oof.
So that was it. She had another driving force.
Yeah.
Because she was like, okay, who my people? I'm Black, and these folks are white. Like, it's not like y'all don't even look.
Yeah.
A clear distinction.
Yeah, baby girl, we gotta talk. we gotta connect.
But I'm definitely gonna reach back out to them, especially after having this conversation tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely reach out to them and just do a temperature check and just kind of check in, because I think they're waiting on me to do that. And I think as the male and as the oldest, I think I do have a responsibility to do that
In your own timing and at your own pace.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, do you know anything about your birth father?
Nothing.
Oh.
No, nothing came through. They don't know anything. My oldest sibling sister, she said that there was rumors that he could be in New York, but I'm not sure.
Because he was probably a kid too.
He was a kid too.
Probably, yeah. Because she was only 13, so.
So I don't know. To be honest,
Do you want
know.
to know? Are you interested in? Okay.
And I still have my ancestry.com account open, and I haven't gotten any hits. I haven't gotten any hits since the first two hits. From those first two hits that I got, nothing else has come through. So maybe in time,
yeah,
somebody on my father's side will probably reach out to me.
You probably have some distant cousins from that side. You just don't realize it. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go back in. And to be honest, I haven't really been on it like that. I haven't really been checking.
Yeah, because you're busy. You're busy. You're busy.
Yeah, but let me switch gears real fast, because I know we've been talking for a minute.
No, this is what we are here for. But go ahead.
When me and you talked the last time, we talked about my mom. My
Yes, I
adopted
was
mom.
gonna ask. Great
Okay.
segue. Yes.
Okay. So with her, I waited a long. Now mind you, I found out all this information and I kept it from her for 4 months, and I didn't want to tell her until it was the right. I had to have the right time for me. I was like, okay. I gotta let her know, because what happened was she knew that I went on Ancestry. She did know. She knew that,
Mm-hmm.
but she kept asking me, "Did you get any feedback?" And I kept telling her no. And at first it was no,
Right.
but then it was yes. And she kept asking me, but I was like, "No, not yet." So yeah, I lied,
Why?
but because I wasn't ready. Like we talked before, I wasn't ready to tell her because I want to see. I didn't want to see. I want to see how she was going to feel about it.
Okay.
And not that it's. I know you've been getting on me about that, but I was like, I got to go ahead and tell her.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. I had a conversation with her and my best friend Daniel, who you met. We met up. We met up and had an early morning meeting.
Early morning
And,
meeting.
and I said, let's have a little chat and chew. Let's talk,
Chat,
eat a little
shoot.
breakfast, and let's talk for a minute. And so I went ahead and told her,
And
and her facial expression was priceless. But not for the reasons that I thought it would have been, though.
okay.
Her face was, why did you carry that for so long without letting me know?
Mm.
That wasn't good for you to hold that long without letting me know. I'm not upset. I don't feel a type of way about you finding your biological people. She said, once you got that information, she said, you should have told me right then. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait to what it was. I tried to wait to the new year because it was going into the holiday season. It was her birthday time coming up, and I said, okay, our birthday's towards the end of the year. It's Christmas. We got Thanksgiving. Let's get over the hump of the new year, and then I'll go ahead and let her know what's going on.
Were you,
I said, because by that time,
were you afraid that she was going to feel some type of way?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And the reason was because every time I brought up, I need to find my biological parent, her face would change, but
Mm.
in the way of, I guess you can do it. It was very hesitant. So I said, Mom, I read your body language. Your body language said, I guess you can, but I really don't want you to.
What'd she say?
And she agreed.
Okay.
She agreed. But she also said, it ain't my life. That's your life. And you got to go do it. So she said, I wish you would have just told me. She said, the only thing is, I wish you would have told me when you got it. And so I said, well, I didn't. And I think a part of me was kind of relieved, and I hope this doesn't come off insensitive to my biological mother, but I was kind of relieved that she had passed away
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, because I feel like, had she been alive and had she still been addicted to drugs, me as a son and as her first child,
Mm-hmm.
I would have done everything in my power to make sure that I gave her the help that she needed to get
Mm-hmm.
clean. Even though I would have just met her,
Mm-hmm.
there, as a son to a mother, you're a mother of a son.
Mm-hmm.
And my mama, she said all the time, it's something about mothers and sons.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's a connection that the world just won't ever understand.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And so, even with my mother being the one that didn't raise me, my biological mother, I would have still moved heaven and earth
To help her.
to see, how can I help her?
Mm.
How can I help? Because my adopted father was on drugs, and it took him out.
That's right.
He was on drugs.
That's right.
Real bad. So it was almost, it would have been seeing it twice.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I couldn't save this one because I was a
You
little kid, but I can save this one. And so I felt like, had she been alive, I think it would have been a major wedge between me and my adopted mother. I'm almost positive.
And this is why we have to get to a point that we accept what God allows.
What he allows.
Even
and
if
so
we don't understand it.
So that's the result. And so that's why I'm resolved with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
I'm at peace with that.
I'm at peace with that because I don't think that I would have, I look at my life as a minister in church, and I'm very involved in my local church, as a praise and worship leader, just a mentor, to at-risk youth in the community. I don't think that my biological mother could have raised that part of my life. I think my mother that handpicked me was anointed to raise the Garrett that you see today. So that's why, and so that's why I am with that. And so when I told my mom, I said, I don't care. My biological mother could have been a multi-billionaire. That wouldn't have mattered one thing to me, because the one that raised this anointing and raised this personality type and raised this person named Garrett came from this woman over here who made a decision to adopt. She handpicked me out the puppy pound. I said comically, but it's true.
Yeah.
So I will always, and I think that's what, I know that's why the hesitation that was a hesitation with me telling her, because I know how much she invested in this little spoiled boy growing up on the west side.
Mama, he's spoiled too.
Yeah. Right. And she know it, but I will always honor the sacrifices that she has made. Sure. And she made sure that I never went hungry. She made sure I had the best of everything. I mean, I never had anything low end. She always gave me the top of the line at all times.
And I understand that, because that's also what I come from. And I also have the same testimony. I don't think my biological mother could have raised who I turned out to be, this anointing, this.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
So I tip my hat off to my mother.
Absolutely.
I'm like, no, this one right here, I play zero games about.
And as it should be. So.
But go ahead.
You tell Mama she's okay, and then you get on a plane and come to Chicago. And when you get back, what did Mama have to say about that? Because now you're in the community, like for real.
Oh yeah. Well, she called me every day, and I call her every day. What y'all did today? What y'all talking about? Who you met?
Okay.
Were they nice?
Yeah.
So she was all in, and I said, I have to sit down and I need to make a slideshow of all the pictures and stuff that we took and all the activities that we did, because I got so many.
Yeah.
And I just kept trying to show. I'm like, well, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna just make a slideshow or something and just play it on the big screen, on the TV or what have you, so she can kind of see. But she had a ton of questions, and what she liked about it was the fact that I said, Mama, it was more conversational than anything. Like, I learned a lot of things just through conversation at the 360 and at London House.
Right. You sat at a good table at the London House. You sat at a good table.
I sat at a good table.
And see, that was like the thought. Like, when you come to that event, it's structured. It's not a conference. It's structured, but those conversations are just happening organically.
And so that's what I was telling my mom. I said that was the most comforting thing about it. That everything was organic.
Yeah.
We sat down, we took pictures, we looked at views, and then we sat down and we talked about our views. So that was it was perfect actually. It was perfect. And I was like, okay, this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we've all been through traumatic situations. This is not the time for us to rehash all that again.
But if you want to, and if you feel like it, you could have.
It was available.
It was available.
It was available,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like a requirement.
Right. That's amazing.
But yeah, I would say if I had or even a sheet of, okay, these are some of the stats of the number of adopted kids or foster kids who have in America. I mean, and that's something we probably can look up on our own. But sometimes looking at it at a glance and having that kind of conversation about it is something good too.
Okay.
Just throwing
some
something out there.
I hear you.
Just throwing some stuff out there.
I hear you.
Amen.
I'm so glad that your mom, and I'm glad you brought her up. I was going to ask about it. I just hadn't gotten there yet. But to know that these adoptive parents are supportive. There are those out there that are supportive when you go and do this reunion thing. That is also my testimony. I had the support of my parents, of my family. Yeah.
Yes. And what blew me away was, and I was telling my mom, I said, Mama, I felt kind of weird sharing how blessed I was, because some of those stories I heard from the adopted parents were not good. I'm like, how you adopt the kids and y'all treat them like this?
Yeah, it happens, unfortunately.
Why would you even adopt them? Don't waste their time.
It happens, unfortunately, and that's the beauty in this, if you will. And not saying that being treated bad is beautiful, but what I mean is everybody has a story, and nobody's story is right or wrong. It's your story. It's your journey. It's your path.
Yes.
And when you open your mouth and tell your story, that's when the healing for yourself comes. That's when the healing for somebody else comes, because you don't know who you're helping when you tell your story, when you're ready to tell your story.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the beauty in all of this craziness that we call adoption.
Yeah.
So, before we go, is there, what would you tell? Because I know you just had the opportunity to share your story with a group of young men.
I did.
So what would you tell young men, because that's who you mentor, that might be adopted, but you don't know that yet because they haven't told you. But what would you say to them at this point?
I would say to them that they're not weird. They're not odd. They have placement and they have purpose. Especially my young black and brown boys.
Absolutely.
They got purpose. And they got an Uncle G. They got a Mr. G. They got a Mr. Garrett that can help navigate them through this thing called adoption, through adolescence and teenage years and being a young adult. Because I wish I had a me when I was their age.
Oof. Yeah.
So they're not. I would tell these young guys, y'all not by yourself. Reach out to us. There is a community. There's a community.
We are here.
There's a community, and we're growing.
Because that is something that I hear. Thank you for that. I have heard recently, very, very recently, younger Black adoptees are not talking because A, they don't have anybody, or B, they're just embarrassed, so they don't. We're here. We're here.
Yep.
We're here. I want to thank you so much for coming back for part 2.
You are so
Shout
welcome.
out the mentorship program, please.
Listen, this is a dear to my heart. Boys to Men Mentoring. Follow us on all social media networks. I have the privilege of being one of the founding mentors. I've been with Boys to Men and Mr. Daniel Ings, who was the founder and director of Boys to Men, since about day one. So we're going. This is year 9. Getting ready to go into year 10.
Listen.
And so we are doing great things. We are getting ready to go into a great our own space finally. So that's a huge thing that's coming up. I'm excited about that.
Keep me posted.
I love what I do. So yes, we I always say hashtag mentoring works.
Yeah.
We have the results to prove it.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much I love that.
You're more than
Give
welcome.
me 1 second. Don't go anywhere. And on that note, bye, family.
Journey on. You need a pie with the good? Oh yeah, what's the one? Adoption.